Today, in the here and now, somebody comes to you with two pills, blue pill and red pill. Like in the Matrix! If you know what the Matrix is. The blue pill gives you 10 million bucks. The red pill has you travel back in time to the age of 6 with all the knowledge and experience that you have today. Which pill would you take? In this video, I will talk about the two possibilities and what I see when I look at them. It may not be what you think. If you know me really well, then you may have an idea. I guarantee you, because I'm recording this after recording the whole video. That's what I started doing. So I already know what I've said. I can tell you. It's controversial, it's juicy, and it's going to be a ride. So buckle up and let's dive into this. Like, subscribe, and share. Hi, welcome to a video of mine. You've seen the picture, or I'll put it on screen now. And the second time I see it today, I saw it yesterday, no, a few days ago, and many people say, because it was a post on Facebook, and they say, yeah, definitely the red pill. What do you say? Both times that I saw it, I was like, I'll take the blue pill. And yes, it goes against the idea of the Matrix. But then, this is not about the Matrix. This is actually an abuse of the idea of the Matrix, from my perspective. Why, you may ask? Well, imagine knowing everything you know today at the age of 6. You see, you run into several issues. One, if you would be put in a 6-year-old body now, it would be like prison, because you would not be allowed to do what you're doing today. You would have all that knowledge, but as a 6-year-old, you're being told to sit in the classroom, to shut the fuck up, to obey, to do calculations that are very boring. And I can tell you, at the age of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, my mom had been pumping her knowledge and wisdom into me already. Started at young age, 4 or 5 years old. At that age, she was reading to me the Bible, but a children version. In the Netherlands, they had that. And she was telling me, at the end of the story, don't take this literally. Understand the meaning behind the story. So throughout my youth, especially primary school, I knew a lot more than the other children in my class. And so I was the weird guy. I was the weirdo. That's not fun. I also could not use what I knew. So imagine having all the knowledge that I have today. 51. So you get the picture. Then imagine is not your consciousness of today, the 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old one, put in a body of 6 years old, but taking all your knowledge and pumping it into a 6-year-old. The horrors of war, the horrors of child abuse, of abuse in general, lies, deception. What do you think that would do to a child? I personally call that child abuse. There's a reason that movies and TV programs have a rating. And those ratings are screwed up because in many cases they're not the right ones. They're not the right indications, but okay. It's at least some people are trying. But do you really want to do this to a 6-year-old? Or would you like a 6-year-old child to be a child? To have a minimum of worries, concerns, not to be worried about the world, where things are heading, humanity, people being slaughtered and raped in Palestine, people being killed by the thousands in Ukraine. You don't want that for a child. And he would say, no, but that's not what we mean. No, we mean all the wisdom. No, that's the problem. The wisdom is not a theory. Wisdom is knowing, a deep knowing. And most of the knowing, as humans, we do through learning, through life lessons, through experience. So we go through difficult times so that we learn. We have people mentally abusing us until we learn, or so that we learn to stand up for ourselves. And that's just one simple example, but one that is very common because majority of people do experience mental and emotional abuse from a boss, from classmates, from family members, from friends, or just on the street or in public transport. I just remember now that about 15 years ago I was in the metro. There was this guy who was sitting there where the chairs were opposite of each other, and he was sitting in such a way I could barely put my legs somewhere. So I was like, hey man, he was about 16, 17 or so. No, maybe a bit older, early 20s. And I told him, hey man, sit normally. Give me some space, please. And he put his hand under his t-shirt like, I'm gonna blow you, I'm gonna blow you, I'm gonna blow you. And I didn't even realize that he meant he would shoot me or so. And I was like, you're not gonna blow anything. You're just gonna sit normally and shut the fuck up. And he was like, he kept his hand there, but he didn't say anything. People were looking like, huh? But I got my leg space. And it's only after leaving the metro that I realized, oh, maybe he had a gun. But in that moment, I didn't feel a fear. And even somebody with a gun, what are you going to do? Going to shoot me? If it's my time to die, I'll die, but I don't think so. But generally, people don't shoot people that they have respect for or afraid of. And I don't care if he had respect or fear, but he felt that I was not accepting his bullying, his behavior. Threatening me was not a threat to me, it was just bad behavior. So coming back to those pills. Saying this means you do not accept the fact that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, who chose to have a human experience here on this planet, in this period, in this era, to have experiences, to learn, to grow through the experiences. You do not accept that. You want a shortcut, you want a cheat code, and I guarantee you that even if you would get all the knowledge, you would still have problems and issues to deal with. And like I said at the beginning, probably your life would be fucked up, would be a total mess, having all that knowledge while being so young. But the main reason is you are not accepting your reality. And rule number one, to be able to implement change, in order to change something, you need to have that something in a certain state. And then you can start working on it. That's how you change it. If you do not accept that it is like that, then it is not that, it's not there, so it's nothing you can change. It's not by being frustrated and angry that you will actually be able to build something good. Generally, from frustration and anger comes conflict, comes war, comes stupid decisions, more harm to yourself. So your situation doesn't improve at all. Generally, it worsens over time, or rapidly in this case, I think. You do have today a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, thanks to the experiences we have had. Coming to terms with that, seeing the value in that, will help you appreciate it. Will help you to say thank you to those people who gave you hard times. Because thanks to that hard time, you change something within yourself. Yes, you got wounded as a child or even as an adult. Well, working on those wounds will help you extract the life lessons, detach from what happened, and be wound-free. Have no more trigger points, at least not in those areas that you have been working on, which means your life becomes easier. It means you have less stress, less conflict, less fears. So you being here today, it's a beautiful thing. The fact that you survived for so many years, despite all the horror that happened to you, means that you learned something, that you grew wiser and stronger, otherwise you wouldn't have survived. which means that there are opportunities. And one of these opportunities is that blue pill with the $10 million or 10 million euros or Canadian rubles. Yeah, that's a joke from some Canadian. So what would you do today with your knowledge, with your experience, with your wisdom, if somebody gave you the opportunity of 10 million? Because that's here and now. And as you know, I often talk about being in the here and now through grounding, through meditation. And by the way, if this is difficult for you, I have some guided meditations and the tips and tools, relaxation on my website. Generally you see, I believe, also the link in my YouTube description. I do offer training, coaching sessions, also channeling sessions. If you have specific issues you want to work on, mentoring, if you want to have a monthly talk where you review what you have been doing to see if you're still on the right path for you. Not that I will tell you that you're on the right path. No, I will ask you questions. I will answer questions you have. That is at least what for me has worked. Having sessions, having a mentor, having coaching sessions, learning new techniques and methods to relax, to be in the here and now. With the things that I have on my path today, 10, 15 years ago, I would be freaking out. Today, I don't see the point in freaking out. I just see the consequences of doing that, which would be worsening my situation, making me feel bad, not being able to act when I need to act. And we all have problems. Even if I give you today 10 million, you will still have problems. Some of you will be afraid. The wrong people may come to me. Oh, I may lose the money. Oh, I may not do the right thing. I was just talking to my girlfriend and she's at some park with the kids. And the kids are frustrated. They have too many choices to choose from. They don't know what to do. Seriously? That's a luxury problem. You see, even when they have a lot of choices, you can still see the problem in that, or create a problem out of that. So I would really, really urge you to work on being in the here and now. Look back just to see what you have learned or what you can learn from what you experienced. Not to regret and to want to go back or to create today your situation of back then, because you're not the same person. It will not work. Or to be only focused on the future. When I'll be big, when I'll be that age, then I want to, oh wow, what about now? The only thing that counts, the only thing that actually exists is now. The past is gone, the future is not there yet. Now is when you can act. Now is when you can make a change. Now is when you can learn. Now is when you can feel happiness. When you can laugh about things. I hope this video helped you in some way. Maybe triggered you, put you to think, put yourself to ask questions. And as I said, if you want any kind of support on your journey, then contact me. Wish you a wonderful day and hope to see you soon. Like, subscribe and share.